One team tries to return to the playoffs for the first time in 7 seasons. So far, so good for another of this season's new head coaches. And a former league bench boss is still spending lots of time watching hockey. Speaking of watching hockey, here's your chance. ECHL Week starts now.
Hi, welcome to another edition of ECHL Week. I'm Barry Schickling, and we're very happy to have you with us. From top to bottom, there's no division in the ECHL this season that is tighter than the Mountain. One of the teams in the race for the Kelly Cup playoffs there is the Rapid City Rush. We recently spoke with a few members of the team to get their take on how this season has been progressing for them. One of 2 teams in the Mountain Division, along with Utah, which has a new head coach this season, Rapid City has adjusted well and has been at or above 500 since the last week of December. Stephen Bayless leads the team with 20 goals.
Yeah, it's going well for a lot of guys who are having really good seasons. I think, a lot of guys were given an opportunity that maybe we wouldn't have had somewhere else, and we had a good coach come in with Birdie, and Gator's been here before, but, it makes a difference when you have a nice structured coach that really works on guys individually, and we're all working together and we all have the same mindset.
I think this team's really big on structure, details, and hard work. That's our motto going into every game is we're going to outwork our opponent. No one's going to outwork us on the ice. And I think that's probably like the starting foundation for us, right? And then we'll take care of the rest.
New head coach Scott Burt, who headed to South Dakota after being an assistant coach with Idaho, has, like every other ECHL coach, had to deal with the constant roster changes during the season. But he's dealt with the challenges and embraced the benefits.
And my job is to maximize the potential of every player and giving guys opportunities to get to the American League and stay there. So, at times it does come a little bit challenging, but also at times it's rewarding for some of the players. Guys such as Stephen Bayless and Logan Nelson haven't had the opportunity to get to the American Hockey League, and those guys getting those opportunities. So we've had a fluctuation of players up and down, and it's been good for a group.
Birdie said he believes in pairs, and Nelly and I have stuck together all year, and we find each other out there. He's having a great year, he's having a career year, and we always play well together. He's a great player. And then we got Butchie up there. We've been playing with him for a couple months, I want to say, and we've clicked ever since day one, and we're all doing well offensively. We just got to work on the D side of the puck.
Burt talks about some of the group which hopes to lead this team to the Kelly Cup playoffs for the first time since 2015.
You look at guys like Calder Brooks that played last year in Jacksonville, really didn't get that opportunity or that much playing time. You look at Max Cota, went overseas, played for me in Idaho, played American League games. Kenton Helgeson, he's exceeded his expectation and his game. That's taken to a different level. You're looking at guys like Christian Evers that have never got called up to American Hockey League. Now they are. Quinn Wickers played last year college hockey. Now they're getting called up. Our goalie Lucas Perique, who's still junior eligibility, and he's standing on his head for us. So they all like it. It's funny when they come back. They're excited to come back. Not like, we're getting demoted to the ECHL. They're excited. They love our group. We have a tight-knit group, and we just want to build from there.
Might be one of the funnest years that I've had so far. It's all credited to the guys. Like I said earlier, it's a really close group, and I just couldn't ask for a better group of teammates, and our coaching staff all the way to our front office. The whole organization has been a great experience for me so far.
I'm Mason Manick from the Utah Grizzlies, and you're watching ECHL Week.
On occasion, we like to take a look and see what people who used to be in the ECHL are up to. This is Where Are They Now? It was just over a year ago when the Brampton Beast announced it was ending operations. The head coach then was Spiros Anastas, who led the team to a third-place North Division finish in his only season behind the Beast bench. Now he's working as a pro scout for the NHL's Winnipeg Jets and their AHL affiliate, the Manitoba Moose.
It's a unique job. It's an entry-level job in the scouting department for the Jets. My job predominantly is to find players that are going to play for the Moose. And with this year, especially with COVID and taxi squads being in the fold, I had half of my time is spent watching the ECHL game. The rest is mixed between the American Hockey League and youth sports in Canada. Always just looking for potential AHL contracts or future call-ups.
Anastas keeps his eyes on lots of players, and that includes keeping track on some of those who played for him in Brampton.
Well, a few of them went over to Europe. Some real key performers like Dan Levins, TJ Melanson, Matt Petgrave. They're having good careers in different countries in Europe. There's guys that are still playing in this league. Jackson Leaf came off a championship with Fort Wayne last year, and he's bounced around a little bit this year, but he's having a good season. And Chris Martinet is having a real good year in Toledo, and we actually called him up to the Moose, and I was really happy to see him play really well for 3 games for us.
During his travels, Anastas doesn't hesitate to inform those around him about the role the ECHL is getting better at all the time, helping people in all departments of a hockey team develop their talents and abilities.
But I think Ryan Creelan, Joe Ernst, Joe Babick, Dan Petrino, the whole front office, they've done a great job of growing this league. Keeping it alive through the pandemic, making sure teams are getting those affiliations, and making it a true developmental league, not just for players, but for broadcasters, for training staff, for coaches. The word's getting out.
And although he misses coaching, he's pleased to add to his hockey toolkit by spending plenty of time watching it and talking with others.
I think still at heart I'm a coach, but at the end of the day, anytime you get to work in a game that you love, it doesn't feel like work, so I'm very fortunate to be in this position, and it just gives me a different lens, and anything that can be a learning experience is good for a coach, a scout, or anyone just in life.
One of this season's new head coaches and highlights too, when ECHL Week continues.
New buyers can benefit by working with a trusted real estate agent. Will Springer is your trusted advisor for buyers and sellers. For a free consultation or to find an agent in your area of the country, contact Will today.
A milestone game for a veteran head coach leads off our news from all around the ECHL. Tulsa head coach Rob Murray coached his 1,000th pro game last weekend. In his 5th season with the Oilers, he's accrued about a third of those 1,000 games in his current position. In addition to his time with Providence in the American Hockey League, Murray coached the ECHL's Alaska Aces from 2011 through 2017, a tenure which included 3 Brabham Cups, an ECHL Coach of the Year award, and the Kelly Cup title in 2014. A member of the AHL Hall of Fame for more than 1,000 games played in that league, as a coach he has a winning percentage of .561. Earlier this year, Murray signed a contract extension with Tulsa, which will keep him with the team through the 24-25 season. The final day of March is the ECHL's 2022 trading deadline, and if the past couple months are any indication, player movement could get very busy over the next few weeks. That's especially true because all but a few of the league's 27 teams correctly surmise that they have a playoff spot secured or are still in a legitimate quest for one. So this reminder, look for the ECHL Week Trading Deadline Show, which will debut on Friday, April 1st. You'll be able to find out who's going where as the season gets down to its final few weeks. Once again, we take a look at new head coaches from all around the ECHL. Here's Nick Luco of the Jacksonville Icemen. Directing the Jacksonville Icemen is the first head coaching job for Nick Luco, who spent 4 seasons as a defenseman playing for Reading prior to a year as the Royals' assistant coach. His big picture philosophy is basic.
I try and be myself. If players read right through if you're fake or phony, and I just try to bring the same mentality every day, like we talked about before, being even keeled, just easy to talk to, a lot of communication, and I think it's been paying off in our room. I think the guys really like playing here right now, and we have a lot of fun on and off the ice. But like I said, when the game starts, we dialed in, and again, some success because of that.
Luco talks about making the transition from sitting on the bench to standing behind it.
It's a little weird at first. You're used to being a player and being around the guys, 24/7, and now you're wearing a different hat. You're their coach. So, the transition's been pretty seamless for me. But I miss playing. But it's great being around the guys every day. It's fun coming to the rink. We like to keep it loose and have fun. But when the game starts, that's when we turn it on and compete.
In the ECHL, where change in so many areas is a constant, Luco's temperament has helped keep the Icemen at the top of the South Division standings for much of the season.
Pretty even-keeled guy, so when there's ups and downs throughout the season, I'd like to keep it keep it kind of a flat line here, just so guys don't panic or get too chaotic out there. But I think that that personality trait in me kind of helps me on the bench, because during a game it can be crazy. There could be bad calls or stuff not going our way. So keeping the guys calm and composed, I think that's it's a really good thing for our group.
Does he have any regrets about accepting the Jacksonville job?
Any opportunity you get to be a head coach, it's especially the first time, it's super exciting, and to live down here in Jacksonville and not have to deal with the northeast cold right now and deal with the winters and everything, I'll take it any second.
Over the last week, we've looked at lots of highlights with the goal of bringing you some great ones. Here they are. As hot a team as any right now is Iowa. Check out the Heartlanders puck movement here, which sets up a power play goal by Cade Oliver during a victory over Wichita. Here's another goal in an extra man situation. This one's a great example of getting the puck past a screened goalie. Mike Lee of Kansas City drills it home, and it ends up being the game winner in a victory over Utah. Let's wrap with a great save. Here's an overtime breakaway by Worcester's Cole Koski. Idaho goalie Jake Kupski closes the door and allows his team to earn 2 points a few moments later.
Back and forth, and both netminders coming up strong.
That wraps up another edition of ECHL Week. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels. They'll help keep you up to date on everything that's going on throughout the ECHL, all the time. See you next week. One of many Pink in the Rink celebrations around the league this season had cancer survivors scoring goals during this special night in Reading. We always love seeing these pucks enter the net.